Hey there Capricorn, welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy my readings, please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as leave me a comment and let me know if this reading resonates with you. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull some cards. First we're going to do the supernatural spread. This is going to be a love reading. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Alright, your first card is the Knight of Cups. And this is the supernatural card for Garth, which is a very homely person. He has his family and he still has his crazy work job. I think he had to kind of make some compromises there. Alright, and then that's your answer to your question. Whatever it is that has been plaguing you or bothering you. By the way, Mercury's retrograde, so there's a pretty good chance that you might be feeling a lot of fight or flight. You might have some, past friends or lovers coming back into your life, popping up in random places. So just be wary of that. Doesn't mean you have to leave the door open for these folks. And Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is your present and current situation. Alright, so we've got the Seven of Swords, which kind of, I want to say this one is like, in the original tarot deck, it's kind of like this man who's running away, like he's getting away with murder. And I'm not sure if this particular deck is going to be the same, but this is probably like one of the worst cards in the tarot spread. So are you getting into trouble, Capricorn? Alright, let's pull your last card. This is for your future. King of Blades reversed. Alright, so this is actually the character that depicts Cain in Supernatural. So Cain is plagued with everlasting life, which most of us would do anything for that, but it is literally his punishment. So let's take a look and see what astrological cards go with this. So this is the Arcana of Astrology, and these cards are beautiful. They have planets and houses on them, each one of them. So it's all the houses of the astrology, as well as the moon phases, the eclipses. It's got a bunch of Greek gods and goddesses associated with certain astrological aspects. So we'll see what it brings us. Alright, and I line these up directly, so this is also going to be an answer to your question. So continue thinking about your question as I shuffle these. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For love. Sun, Moon. Oh, we got one jumping out. Alright, we got Leo under the Knight of Goblets. So if this Knight of Goblets represents your lover, then they might be a Leo. Alright, and then for your current and present situation, we have a lunar eclipse, which I'm pretty positive we had a lunar eclipse right before the current retrograde cycle. So this should actually really resonate with you regardless of whether or not you're familiar with astrology. Sun, Moon, rising Venus. So we've got the 10th house. Underneath the King of Blades, we've got the 10th house. So this person carrying a lot of weight on their shoulders in your future. You're going to have someone coming into your life who is possibly a air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, who is experiencing like the 10th house. So we'll look that up in just a moment. And let's go ahead and take a look at this Knight of Goblets and see. This is the answer to your question, okay? So if you haven't thought of your question, go ahead and pause it. Think for a moment of what's really been plaguing you, what's been going on. I'm sure that if, you know, if you're especially an Earth sign or a Gemini, the Mercury retrograde is going to affect you more. It affects your communications. So, Knight of Goblets. Alright, the Knight of Goblets is considered the archetype knight in Shining Armor tarot card. It represents someone like Garth Fitzgerald, who is a compassionate, caring, emotionally intelligent sweetheart. This tarot card suggests that you spend time nurturing your close connections with others, while whether they're friends, family, or romantic partners, let the people close to you know how much you care about them and appreciate them. And this is important no matter what. Alright, and then we've got the Leo card. This is also the answer to your question. Okay? So if you're single right now, you know, your other relationships in your life are going to be extremely important because you don't have your significant other to lean on right now. If you're single, and this might be the kind of person that you're looking for in a partner, and it may even be a Leo. So let me Google it. Oh, I can't because my phone's dead. I'm sorry, y'all. Alright, so let's say definitely not Cancer. Because right here it says Capricorn and Cancer are the opposing signs. So unless you find yourself in an opposites attract type of situation, you're going to have troubles. So in your reading, Capricorn often appears... Oh, look at here. I went to Capricorn. I meant to go to Leo. If you do want to hear that card, you can go back to last week's reading. And for each sign, when I got this deck brand new, I read the card that goes with each sign at the very end of the reading. And if you look in the comments section, it'll have a link to the particular time frame on the video. Okay? So, I went back to Capricorn again. It's like I need to read that, okay? Says Capricorn often appears when we are under a lot of pressure to succeed. Alright, so don't let the pressure destroy you. And if you want to know more about that, I feel like you might, since I continually go to it even though I'm supposed to be looking for Leo. Okay, here we go. So Leo is associated with the lion. The keywords are pride, ego, recognition, creativity, confidence, determination, and leadership. Leo's appearance means that it is time to take pride in your accomplishments. You are in the spotlight, and you earned it, so be proud of that. While you should be careful not to let success go too much to your head, a little bit of ego signals to others that you know your worth. You should not be playing the supporting actor in the movie of your life. You should be the star. It's important to remember that while you're doing well or earning some sort of recognition, there are people waiting on the sidelines hoping for you to fail. It is an unfortunate reality, so keep your wits about you. If you do trip, keep your head held high and don't let them see you sweat. That's right. Alright. So like I said, This is the planet that rules this sign is the sun. The element is fire. And the opposing zodiac for Leo is Aquarius. Alright, so let's take a look here at your present and current situation. So in your present and current situation, we've got the Seven of Blades, which typically means that you are up to no good, okay? And that you might be trying to, or it might even just appear that you're trying to get away with murder. So let's take a quick look here and see exactly what it says for the Seven of Blades. Blades are associated with Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So this is somebody you might want to watch out for. They might not have your back. From the moment that the Winchesters met Demon Ruby, it's clear that she's up to no good. Ruby masterfully seduces and manipulates Sam, hooking him on demon blood, and eventually convincing him to kill Lilith, thus releasing Lucifer from the cage and starting the apocalypse. The Seven of Blades indicates a sneaky behavior or betrayal. This tarot card advises that you stay vigilant and listen to your instincts. If you get the feeling that someone's not being entirely honest with you, trust yourself and investigate the situation further. Alright, and then we've got the Lunar Eclipse card right below that. So not only do you have a sneaky little demon in your life, we've got the Lunar Eclipse making everybody loony. Bear with me, I'm looking. So, literally, we just had a lunar eclipse last week. And so, that might be why this one is coming to light. It says, the lunar eclipse occurs when the moon moves behind the earth and ends up in the shadow. It may seem strange that something in the shadows can be known as the illuminator, but that is because this event only takes place during the full moon. A lunar eclipse carries the same message as a regular full moon, but intensified. Truths that we may not be ready to see are going to come to light. Alright, so not only that, but Mercury being retrograde is going to put us in a situation where we might accidentally slip up, say too much, act too harshly, or even lash out at our loved ones or friends. Alright, so if you're not dealing with your emotions regularly, then try to find a way, like either through artwork or through music, to let these emotions out prior to them blowing up. Because if you don't deal with them, they will backfire on you. So the King of Blades is your final outcome, and this is Cain in this particular TV series. And as we know, Cain carries a heavy burden of the mark of Cain, and it makes him unable to control his emotions. He has anger management problems. He has taken himself out of the limelight and putting himself so far back into the woods that nobody can come close to him to make his emotions come to the surface. But, as you know, sometimes that happens anyway when people come knocking at your door. Okay, so the King of Blades, upright. Cain notoriously killed his brother Abel with the first blade and became one of the most feared and legendary demons ever known. The King of Blades represents a powerful figure who gained a strong reputation through his actions over time. This tarot card advises that you lead with intellect and logic, and you rely on the knowledge and skills that you've acquired over the years to bring you success. Alright, so there you go. Take this and use it to your advantage. And let's take a look at the 10th house. So this is your 10th astrological house, and each astrology sign is associated with a house. So let's see what the 10th house is associated with. So this is one of the very reasons that I bought this deck, is because I'm not very familiar with the houses. And so this is a learning experience for me too. Although I have studied them quite a bit, they just haven't stuck. I'm a very visual learner, so it doesn't really matter how many times I see it. If I haven't read it and really processed it, I can't remember it. So I'm loving this deck. I hope if you're new to tarot and you want to try a deck, this is a great deck to learn with. The Arcana of Astrology. There's a link below if you'd like to purchase it off Amazon through my affiliate account. I will get kudos and financial assistance for purchasing from my page. Alright, so this is associated with Capricorn. So the 10th house is Capricorn. And the planetary ruler is Saturn. So the planet associated with your sign is Saturn. And I want to say Saturn was just retrograde. So that might even affect you a lot more than, I don't know if it's, I think it's still, it might still be retrograde. Alright, and let's read the information. You're about to come into the spotlight at work. This is exactly what the other one said, okay? That's strange. Okay. If you've been behind the scenes on a big project, you will get the recognition that you deserve. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and the contributions that you've made. The 10th house in a reading can point to a career change. If you are thinking of leaving your current job, make a list of qualities that you want in your new job and that you want your new job to have. Like, so if there's something that's really plaguing you about your current position, make sure you don't apply for the same type of position in the future if you're not happy, right? So I tell you, I get tired of my job every 6 months. And when I was younger, when I was like 19 or 20, the first year working, I had a new job every month. I worked at Piggly Wiggly, I worked at the Ramada Limited, I worked at McDonald's, I worked at Days Inn. I'm talking, I just jumped around. You know, oh, this isn't pay enough, oh, this is too much stress, this is too much drama. You know, sometimes there's things out of your control, like when your boss is stealing and all this craziness, but yeah, some of those jobs I didn't quit because of me. But it says, this reading can point to a career change. If you're thinking of leaving your current job, make a list of the qualities that you want in your new job. And what roles do you feel best suited for? Are you an entrepreneur type? Do you feel more comfortable on a team? If you're not really much of a team player, you might want to become your own boss, all right? Obviously, not everyone can afford or wants to leave their job. So use this list to figure out the ways that you can improve your current situation. If you feel like the need for more responsibility, ask for it. All right, career status, destiny, promotion, social roles. So this is you, Capricorn. This is your calling. All right, so definitely do what you can to move your way up, because it looks like this is what you're all about. This is your card. All right, so definitely know your worth and try to move up. And let's pull some cards from the Hermetic Deck for Solidifier. Alright, so underneath the Knight of Goblets, where you've got this happy-go-lucky family man Knight in Shining Armor and a Leo. We've got the law of pragmatism. All right, being pragmatic just means using your morals. It means taking your morality and not ignoring it. If you feel like you're in a situation where someone might be trying to manipulate you or try to, the word that comes to mind is like bully, bully you into doing something you don't really want to do. For example, like heavy drugs, or maybe a move, maybe a new job. Maybe you don't want a new job, but someone's pushing you to it. Be pragmatic and use your moral guide, all right? All right, and then for your, you've got this demon who's influencing you, and they look like they're trying to get away with murder. And it's during the lunar eclipse, which causes you to just lash out, say things you don't mean. You may have burned a bridge, or you may have caused some kind of uproar, upheaval. But the card that you're getting is the law of frequency. So frequency is literally vibrations. Music has certain vibrations, and if you're like me and you're epileptic, you may have learned that frequency can cause seizures. All right, so not everyone can feel how music or vibes affect you, but if you're around low vibing people, then it's going to bring your vibration lower. And if you're around high vibing people, then it's going to bring your vibration higher. So you definitely want to take this into consideration. When I was in high school, I really loved rock and roll music. I went to sleep listening to it, and many days I woke up having a seizure. So I have had to change my my preferred music because the vibes are not good for my brain. It makes my brain waves go crazy. So now I still listen to rock and roll, but actually a lot of my favorite bands had really tragic situations at their concerts, like people getting trampled to death and things like that. So that also has caused some of my favorite bands to change their music. So I'm not the only one who's been affected by this frequency. And hype, people will try to manipulate you to use hype to get you so hyped up and so amped up that you do something that you regret. And this frequency is negative vibes, okay? You do not want these type of people in your life. You don't want this type of music in your life. You don't want negative vibes. And even like some Christian mentalities can even have some really negative effects, so even if you feel like you're leaning towards a positive, try to make sure that you don't allow negative people to twist it, all right? Because many people have taken religion, politics, and or both, and used them to manipulate people. And so you have to manipulate your vibes on a personal level. You can't let other people control you or change your pragmatism. All right, so now we've got the King of Blades. We've got the 10th house. And this is all about anger, I think. It feels like there's some kind of anger or anxiety or just rage, the kind of rage that would make you want to kill somebody. All right, because we're talking about Cain here. He killed his brother, right? And this is the 10th house, which is Capricorn. That's your house. We got one jumping out. It's the law of knowledge. All right, so I feel like know thine own self comes to mind right away. And whenever you're dealing with this, if you do resonate with this, having uncontrolled anger, having irritation, having like heavy metal making you a little bit, just like you just want to jump into a mosh pit or something, this law of knowledge, knowing your own self, it can help you to find, like, for example, your shadow self. So, knowing what causes these triggers is half the battle, okay? But many times when you find out this, like, especially if you go to a therapist, or if you have a lover or a mother or a brother who criticizes you and points out your negative, attributes, denial is the first step. That is, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. You're going to deny it, whatever it is. Like, for example, whenever I took my shadow self test, it said that I was, what was it? It said that I had abandonment issues and that I would not allow myself to succeed because I felt like I didn't deserve it, right? And of course I denied it. I was like, whatever, I don't hold myself back. I'm not going to self-sabotage I just did that yesterday. If you really think about it, go take the shadow self test. See what it says about you. It asks you a series of questions. It's like a personality test. And some of them really suck. If it doesn't really work, take a different test. But there was this one, I was watching a YouTube video about the shadow self, and a commercial come on, and it said, take the test here. So I clicked on it. And it's like this lady, and she looks like she's Glinda the Good Witch. And so, of course, I trust it. Click, click, click through. And I take this long test, and it asks you all these questions like, do you see the good in people? Do you feel this? Do you feel that? Whatever. Make sure you answer these questions honestly, because you're not going to find the root of your anger if you don't. For me, the root of my anger is abandonment, So whenever you recognize that, and you get past that first step of denial, then you can move on to acceptance. Then you can learn how to deal with it. You can recognize your triggers. If you don't have these steps in place, you can't recognize your triggers. You can't stop them. You can't change them. You can't overcome. All right, so law of knowledge. All this knowledge is readily available on YouTube. Probably not the best place to look, but it's definitely there. And if you're ready for it, and if you're willing to change, then it can change your life for the better. I recognized this a couple years ago, and I said, you know what? I'm going to double down. I worked on my credit. I got myself a new car. I really said, you know what, girl, you do deserve it. Do it, and do it for yourself, okay? So you deserve it. Let's pull a manifestation card to go along with this law of knowledge. This will help you to start manifesting what you truly want. If you can find out the root, and usually it's something that you don't want to deal with. It's something that you have locked up in your subconscious mind. You have taken that key, you've locked it up, and you're never going to talk about it again. You're never going to speak of it again. And this right here, this is the root of your anger. This is the root of your evil. This, unless you know your demons, you can't overcome them. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Capricorn. What do we do for Capricorn? So they can get love, happiness, and a good vibration, good frequency. So for your love life, if this Knight of Goblets, Knight in Shining Armor is what you're looking for, or Lady in whatever, you got the love card, agape love. So if you experience this strength, Leo represents strength. So if you have been carrying this strength around, it's time for you to find someone that you love. If you're in a relationship, then be pragmatic towards your lover. If you're not, then be pragmatic towards the people that you come in contact with, and you will find agape love. Everything that you put out comes back tenfold, especially during the lunar eclipse. All right, so next you've got this demon. This is your present and current situation. You're fighting this demon. The lunar eclipse that we had, as well as Mercury retrograde, might have pushed you over the edge. Hopefully that was just me, and hopefully it didn't get to you. Capricorns are earth signs too, but Saturn is your planet, so Saturn was also retrograde. Could have caused you to lose it. If you did, don't beat yourself up. Learn from it. Take a note in your journal. What happened? What caused it? How can you avoid it? For your card that goes with your law of frequency, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Capricorn. Capricorn love. Give me some Capricorn love. Alright. Strong vibes, happy lives. That's right. Pragmatic, agape love, put out, and you'll get it back. Alright, with this anger and this 10th house of change, and you're wanting to better your life, and, you know, all you need is the knowledge. So what can we do to manifest it? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Capricorn love. Capricorn love. Yogic love. Possesses the power to create in your mind a good state. All right. So this means overcoming depression, overcoming anxiety. If you can find the root of this anger, if you can find the root of the cause of this, you can overcome it with the power. You have the power to create a good state in your mind. All right, this means waking up on the right side of the bed. And basically, to me, I mean, it's all about structure and getting your own, you know, taking care of yourself is like all that junk that your mama used to tell you when you were a kid. Go to bed early, get 8 hours of sleep, brush your teeth. You know, these things will set you up for success. If you're not in this routine of taking care of yourself in a positive manner, set some notifications on your phone. I have, although my notifications aren't working anymore, but I have started gaining a lot of weight. I used to have notifications for exercise, notifications for sleep, notifications for when to paint. I even had one that said Leonardo da Vinci would be painting right now. To remind myself to do the things that are going to make me stronger and make me happier and keep me grounded. So take time to find out what it is that's holding you back and accentuate the positive. All right, Cappy. It has been nice talking to you all. You are my #1 subscribers, #1 likes, and #1 in everything. So I guess I'm giving y'all some good advice. I hope so. And I'm sorry if I sound super motherly. I am a Virgo. But anywho, y'all come back and see me next week. I really need some likes, subscribes, shares, and comments. If you enjoy my videos, I need you to let me know, because I am about to have to find a long-term position job, and I'm so far from 1,000 subscribers that I'm probably going to have to quit doing my readings. So if you do like my readings and they resonate with you, I'm really going to need some feedback. Let me know, and I will try to continue. Thank you so much. Good night.